Do a retake because I freaking forgot to record the audio. Okay, basically, to hack your Switch, you gotta know a few things. Are you able to hack it? And what you have to download, put on your SD card. If you have one, if you have an SD card, probably should get an SD card. Probably like a 32 gig or 64. I don't have any of those because I have so many games. But you're gonna want to have one anyway. So purchase one. They don't. They're not too expensive, but get a micro SD card. That's the specific one. I'll probably put one on the screen if I don't. Stupid. He's stupid. Okay. Anyway, serial information. You got to know this. It's on the bottom of your Switch. It has XXX and then a few numbers. Well, just a bunch of numbers. This entire list tells you if it's patched or not patched. Patched means you can't do this, you can't hack your Switch at all, and it's just not possible. Potentially patched means, like, it's possible to hack it, but there's a small chance that it may not be possible, depending on how it's set up. Now, unpatched means no matter what version it is, it will always be able to hack. I think. They could figure out a way to undo it, which would suck. As of right now, 2021, you're able to do all of these stuff. Now, the firmware version you can find by just going into your Switch and other stuff, and just go through all of this, and you will get to know if you can hack it or not hack it. I've never really done caffeine, so I'm not sure on how that one works. A new Switch, which is the ones with the red, with if you bought your Switch and it's and it had a red background and stuff, those are considered new Switches. Now, what we're waiting for is the Nintendo Switch Lite has never been able to been hacked as of what I've known right now. Maybe someone's figured it out. If they have, please tell that in the comments below. So don't want to scam, so don't send any malicious links. I don't know. Basically, we're focusing on the RCM version. And yeah, so if your Switch is not patched, let's continue over. So all of this, you gotta figure out what you need. So what you need is a micro SD card that's 64 gig or larger. In the pros and cons versus using EMU versus NAND, system NAND, using homebrew applications such as save editors or cheating in games offline. Offline. You gotta use offline. Don't use online. Online is just mean. Without dirtying or affecting system NAND, allowing system NAND to be used online without ban risk. Allowing users on patched switches using caffeine to update their EMU NAND to latest and use it online, keeping system NAND at a lower vulnerable version. Okay, so when you enter the RCM, you gotta basically use a jig. I will transition to that basically right now. So you want to hack your Switch with the RCM method, which is the one that I'm showing. The only one I'm going to show, because I don't know the other method. Okay, so you got your Switch right here. What you have to do is press this button, hold it, power off button, hold it, and then power options, and then turn off. Okay, set that aside. Now you're going to take some foil and get into like a rectangle squarish shape like this. I'm going to tear it off a little bit. And now you're going to have to fold it again, and then fold it like one more time, and then you're going to have to like tear it off, and this is what we're going to use. Okay, you see the switch right here? Take off the right Joy-Con, Now after taking it off, with this little thing, you see the arrows? These arrows are very crucial. So put that like that. Well, actually, let's make this a little bit smaller. Put this into here and make it like lined up to the middle. I don't know if this is good showing for it, but I hope it is. So it's lined up, about lined up, and it should be like over, not like exactly on the edge. I mean, it shouldn't be on the edge. It should be like floating off. Now you're gonna have to like put it in there. Sorry, this is a little bit difficult for me to. Oh, frick! It fell off. Sorry. It's kind of difficult to put that on. Thankfully, you don't have to do this that often. So yeah, you take it off, put this in. It can make a sound, doesn't always make a sound. If it, you know it will work when you hold the button down, the plus button, specifically the plus button, and then press the power button up 1. Okay, you know it will work if your switch doesn't turn off. If it doesn't turn off and when you plug it into your computer and it doesn't do anything, then, well, you kind of failed and you gotta try again. Yeah, so that's the RCM method. So you just plug it in. You need a USB-C cord. If you have a Pro controller, that'll work. If you have an Android device, that'll work. Actually, you can use an Android device to hack your Switch. There's a method with that, which I'll go over in a few seconds. So yeah, you just plug it in. Perfect. Okay, so before you put anything in your SD card, before you do anything with it, you have to do one thing. So let's say this is your SD card. Click Format, and it'll get you to the screen. See this? It says FAT32. Literally just have to click Start. And that's all you have to do. But before you click Start, you gotta get to know this. You gotta back up everything somewhere else. You have to back up. If there's something that you want to keep in the SD card, back it up on your computer. Back it up somewhere. Back it up on your phone. Back it up on somewhere where there's extra space. So you could save it and then put it back in. Because if you don't do that, then it'll be bad. I'm not going to click Start because it'll fat my own SD card that has files that I want to keep. So, if you FAT32, your SD card, that's what you got to do first before you put any of the files in. Okay. Now I'll go back to the past where I recorded everything. That kind of deal. Okay, so I made a folder for this for fake switch because I don't have my actual SD card to be shown up. So when you have all of this, put in your SD card to your switch, and what you're supposed to put is, so this is the atmosphere file. So you're just supposed to literally put all of these files into your switch. Yeah, it'll take a longer time. Just be patient. This does not go on your switch. Pretty sure all of these files go into your switch. Now, you see this reboot to payload.nro? There's a file in the atmosphere file that if you take this file, delete it. This will save you from having to go back and forth every single time, copy this file, paste it, and rename it to reboot. I'm going to spell this wrong. I'm going to call it reboot for right now because I gotta figure out what I just called it. Actually, you know what? Just shoot. Oh crap. Oh, I came up with my own. Stupid. Sorry. My bad. I'm using this way of showing you guys what I'm actually going to do because it's actually a little bit simpler. You guys know exactly what. Okay, it's reboot underscore payload. Okay, so it's reboot underscore payload. So here's this, and if you go to atmosphere, uh, reboot underscore payload. Call it reboot underscore payload. It will actually load up that file, which I'll show you what that file really is, so you can actually get some better understanding on what it does. So now you have those files in your switch. That's everything that you need right now. Everything that you need. Yeah. So you take all of these files. Now you could put the SD card back into your switch. So before you have to do this, there's one thing that you have to do. I need you gotta format it. You gotta do a FAT32. That is so. If you shoot, a little bit harder to explain. You have to have that done first. So, yeah, I'll explain that. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to mention. You have to put the bootload folder into here. You actually have to do that. I completely forgot to do that. My bad. Uh, okay, now that you have all those files in your SD card, put the SD card back into your switch. And now you don't really have to put it back in your switch ever again. This is the file that you need to keep. And there is a thing called Tegra RCM. Now I already have it, and it's right here. So, did I really do that? What a sneaky person I was, not even realizing I did that on the recording. Okay, so this is, you gotta select your boot thing. So I have one of them right here, um, which you can see I named it reboot to payload for that reason. Um, so yeah, you just select the Hackate file by clicking that. You don't need to change anything onto here. At least I don't think you do. And then once you do that, you hit inject. But that's when you plug it into your computer after using RCM. So yeah, you just RCM. Go to RCM, which is where the screen's completely black after you press and hold the plus menu button. And then once you hit inject payload, you should go to a screen that looks something like this. Should look like this. And now, I hope this is what happens. Like I've said, maybe I haven't. My brother, he had, he has a Switch that isn't hacked, hasn't done anything like that. I was gonna hack it for the video, but he won't let me use it. So it's kind of a little bit more difficult to show you guys how to actually do this. So you gotta go to more config, and then system custom firmware. You click that, and it should load, and load again. It should look like you're restarting your switch. So get all the way to here, and click this button. Go to settings. Oh. If your controller doesn't work, that'll be because you forgot to take out the foil. There's a way we could purchase something that makes it so you don't have to take out your use foil and stuff. It's a little bit safer, I guess, in a way. So yeah, you just go to settings, Now if you're in settings, just go all the way down to system. Now if it says AMS 0.16.1, well, it doesn't have to say 0.16, depending on what update it is. It'll be UBM custom firmware. And if you want to go back to your SD card, what's really cool is that the way we set it up is that if you hold this and hit restart, your system will restart and it will launch the thing that we loaded. And go to tools and go to USB tools and then SD card. So now you don't have to take out your SD card every single time that you want to use it, which is another benefit of hacking. And now I'll go on to if you want to get Mario All-Stars BLJ thing back in. That'll be a little bit more difficult for me to show in a way. Hey, paisanos. So, you are on your Switch. This is what your Switch would look like. Ignore all the games that I have and stuff. Okay, so what's gonna happen is you're gonna press R, no, hold R, and then press A and load up to any application that you own. Now you gotta hold R for the entirety of this. Now you will load up into your homebrew menu. And that is a really good thing to have. If you load up into a homebrew menu, that means for definite sure that you've loaded up into homebrew. But another way you can tell is you press the home menu button, and you go to system settings, and then scroll all the way down to system. You will notice that the current version of your Switch, it will be saying like AMS, which never happens in the actual one, 0.16.1, which is the version of Atmosphere that you have loaded on your Switch, and it's supposed to be 16 because that's the latest version. And it's a good idea to have Simple Mod Manager, which you can just download that through the Homebrew store. And what else? Gold Leaf is also very useful, but we're also going to need NX Dump Tool. It's going to be a little bit difficult for me to show off what happens next with NX Dump Tool, because it dumps your actual full-on game. So if I take my Mario 3D All-Stars game, and if it's on my Switch, oh wait. So if I take my Mario 3D All-Stars cartridge, yes, I got a cartridge. I'm thinking smart, because how freaking rare it will be until after the 31st. So quick to it. Hold R, press A, and press A again. You don't have to do that on Mario All-Stars. So you have to do this. If you don't do this, then you're pirating, and that's not something you should do. I'm gonna do game card content, so it will load. Okay, if it crashes, that's okay. Now you're supposed to do ROM FS, and you have to make it split. And then I think you gotta do ROM FS selection data dump. No, wait. Shoot. How do you start this? Sorry, I haven't done this in a while. Yeah, so you just... I'm gonna cancel it, because I don't wanna... So yeah, you gotta press ROM FS, and then... It's... This one is... not the right one. I'm gonna hold B again, so I don't wanna. Is it offset 1? Oh wow, it was tiny. Offset 2. This is Mario Sunshine GMC. GMC is the actual game. Um, See, that's all that stuff, which should be easy for you guys to understand. You got to go through all that data and dump your game onto your SD card. Enough space. You can always delete it later once you get the full thing done. And you got to remember the title ID. Please do not use this video as a way of uh, like finding and selling your game, like dumping your game and using it as a knowledgeable way to sell it. That's not cool. That's just not cool. Um, I'll head over to my computer and we will get all the dumps into order and etc. So you guys know what to do next. Okay, so you open up your SD card, you go to Switch, and then go to NX Dump Tool, this is where all your homebrew stuff is. NX Dump Tool, and then go to ROM FS, Super Mario 3D All Stars. Go to I think ROM Stardust underscore JP, and then this file is the file that we're going to be using, and so you can just like let that just sit there. Now we're going to open up our browser, and we're going to go to this place, which is where the BPS patch is, and this is a really important one. So I'm going to open a new tab. You'll download this blj.bps, and then go to online web patcher. Open that in a new tab. This is all of that. Now, you could use this. It's not very clear on what you do. So you take this file, copy it to your desktop, because it's actually the entirety of Mario 64. I think. You gonna paste, buddy? Oh, there we go. Wait, I already have it. Oh, there it is. You take this, and then you go to your web poucher, and then it says uh so you take this, use ROM, and you have to use this one, and then choose the patch, and then you choose BLJ. And then you're supposed to actually save it as oops 01 underscore UNSM J3 .002. Okay, good. Now that we have this, you hit patch. Ooh, I spelled that incorrectly. That's not good. Kids, don't spell it incorrectly. Okay, there. Now, this is the patched file. So, with this file, go into a go in your switch, go to atmosphere, contents, and then select 01004999 F56001. And I've already done this before, but you gotta go to ROMFS, make a new folder. Might need to make a ROMFS folder called ROMFS ROM Stardust underscore JP, and you're supposed to put that new patch file into here. Now, as you can see, I already have it in here, but that's because I've already done it before. You guys probably won't have one in there, so you gotta make all those directories, folders, and stuff, and that'll be the way it will make it work. And this is the only way you can do this, as of what I've known. So I'll close that, and then you can just load up your switch, go into RCM, just go back to RCM, load up Atmosphere, and then when you load up Atmosphere, you can just load up your game, and basically that. So I'm gonna technically let's just. Why does that include my face? What? Wait, no. I need. Yeah, there's that. Okay, so I'm gonna enlarge myself so it'll be easier for you guys to see what I'm gonna do. So yeah, take out your SD card or whatever way that you load it in. Check that. Okay, so go to More Configs, System Custom Firmware, and then you'll just load up your switch. Okay, so you have it in there. Now, a good way to know if it worked or not is by actually doing the glitch. It's kind of hard to tell if it works or not because, like, you gotta do the glitch first. And you've already seen my video. There's a good chance you've already seen my video uh, of me doing the glitch, and that's basically how I did it. So if you want to do it now, you can follow my steps in my tutorial. I hope this helped it. I'll be doing more tutorials on how to do other games and stuff. There's also a mod manager that you can get, and it basically lets you put your contents folder and have everything a little bit more organized, and you can disable and enable stuff. I wish I was able to do it with a completely brand new Switch, but I asked my brother, who has a Switch that's not patched. Yeah, I know. Rare. Yeah, he said no. I'm like, I could help so many people with it, and yet you won't let me. It's annoying, but I can't do anything. So basically, if you follow all these steps, they should work. If you're having across any errors, either rewatch the video, see if you mess something up. If that doesn't work, say something in the comments. But you could also go to this Discord server. It's a homebrew Discord server. I'll put it in the description. They also help you a shit ton. Sorry for cursing. They help you a lot. Really, they help really well when it comes to what you've done well and bad, or how to fix things if they've gone wrong. They can't unbrick your Switch because bricking is just you're screwed when it bricks. So yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching. If you're new, subscribe. I would love to get a big number. Uh, I'm gonna do more tutorials on like how to mod Among Us, how to uh, install other game mods. Um, yeah, all of that thing will probably happen. It takes a really long time to do all this, and it took me a really long time to get this all working. So I hope you liked the video. Um, I go live on Twitch almost every week, probably every week. So if you want to check in on that, link is in the description of my Twitch. Um, that's all. Thanks. Bye bye.